Yo guys, it's me again. Welcome to the draft analysis of GWA Season 8, One Last Dance before Legends CA. Hopefully we can do one better than last season where I lost in finals. I also lost in MMC finals and I also lost in Little Cup finals. So we're on a finals losing streak. I didn't even make finals in my Semi-World low tier league. I lost in semi-finals. So I want to do one better and actually win my own league for once. Yes. Um, as you can probably tell, I got a very good draft position looking at the very nice PowerPoint background. Because yes, I made a PowerPoint. Look at me go. Professional YouTuber. Almost. So for this season, we did something different. We actually did a marble race that I live streamed on the channel for like the full 10 viewers. And whoever finished first in the marble race could choose their position first for the draft. So if you were first in the marble race, you weren't required to pick first spot. You could even pick 16 if you wanted to. Then second in the marble race could choose a second, third one. So my marble finished third, so I had third chance to pick. Talk was first and he wanted first pick overall. Crab was second, she wanted, I think, third pick, which is weird. So I got the third choice to pick. And my plan was built around Hisui and Samurot, but I had to ask Tok what his first pick was, because if there is a chance at Dragapult, I would take Dragapult. And Mr. Tok himself, he said that he wanted Iron Valiant, so here I went. Second pick overall, Dragapult, my goat. It's the only one of my favorites that I haven't used in GWA yet. I used it in MMC where I lost in finals, got it to kill lead, it was incredible there. I had a nasty rain team, so yeah. What's very important at the Dragapult team is that you are surrounded with a lot of offensive prowess, in my opinion. Because Dragapult is one of those weird Pokemon. Like, sure, it has 120 attack, it has 100 special attack. It's a good attacker, obviously. The thing is, though, like, it doesn't hit that hard. Its best moves are from the special side, and base 100 isn't great. So, in my opinion, Dragapult is like a standalone Pokemon. It can be bulky, it can be offensive, but it won't be the sweeper that you want it to be, it won't be the breaker that you want it to be. So in my opinion, it's very important to just draft around it. That being said, it's very easy to draft around it because it's so versatile, it's so fast, 142 base speed, it's incredible. I think from all Pokemon that are allowed, I think only the Electrodes, Dio Speed and Regieleki are faster. Don't quote me on that though. But I think those are the only ones in Paldex. It has YouTube, which is my favorite move in the game. It has Hex for like Hex T-Wave, Hex Will-O-Wisp. Even has screens. And as everyone knows right now, this is a personal favorite of mine. I am very excited. One last chance, one last dance. Definitely beat the title. Dragapult FC. So I benched my Hisuian Samurai plan. That being said, round 2. It was still on the board. So, Hisuian Samrod it is. If people have been watching me for a while, they will know that I am not somebody who clicks spikes that often. Like, I'm a Stealth Rock player way more than I'm a spikes player. So, usually, I just have spikes on my entire draft team. Just for the show of it, like, yeah, I have spikes, I don't click it. Hisuian Samrod will click spikes. It will click Caesar's Edge. Hopefully I land it though. But like, this is the spike setter in the game. This is the only Pokemon that actually warrants clicking spikes in my opinion. So, very excited to have it. Once again, 108 attack and 100 special attack, again mixed. It can be deceptively bulky because 90 HP and 80 defense is good. It's a good defensive typing as well in Water Dark. 65 speed have his ass, but like, there's the Soul Test that either exists. It has Flip Turn, it has some really nice utility in Encore and in Copycat. It's a Samurott. What else do we need? Sadly, it's the worst Samurott. It's also the one I paid the most points for. So, I'm not planning on making this thing kill leader, by the way. I'm also not even planning on making Bolt kill leader, I think. That being said, if I have a chance to, I definitely will try. But I'm going to try to win this season instead of stat padding. So, yeah. Caesar's Edge FC. But like, Razor Shell is also awesome. Flip Turn for momentum. It has knockoff as well. It has liquidation, even though Razor Shell and Uppercut are both so much better with sharpness. And like I mentioned, it's the second personal favorite, which is a requirement for me. So I am very excited to have it. I'm spending big so far. Like I spent 35 points on my first 2 picks. I should probably tone it down. Like I mentioned first though, my original plan was Hisuian and Samurott, and I kind of wanted to pair it with Corviknight. Because like Corviknight is also a favorite Pokemon of mine. And it's one of those Pokemon that I haven't used that much. I think I only used it in GWA once. I used it in NMC on a tragic team, so I kind of needed some redemption. But then Dragapult came around, so something you have to know about me. I always throw my draft plans out of the window for a round on Dragapult and a round 2 Gliscor. Round 2 I took Hisuian and Samurott. Round 3 it comes back to me. What's on the board? Gliscor. What else is on the board? Corviknight. So I had a decision to make. A really important decision. And I went for Corviknight over Gliscor because I use it less. And I do think it fits better with Samurott and Dragapult than Gliscor does, to be honest. So I went for Corviknight because it's a very bulky steel type. It's a ground immunity as well, being a steel type, which is always very nice. Only weak to fire and electric, which gets punched up by Dragapult being a dragon, which is nice. And it also does really well against the weaknesses Dragapult has. Like, sure, Ghost is annoying for Corviknight, but Dark isn't really, because it's a body press bot. And Fairy types it destroys as well. Ghost and Dark types also don't do well against Hisuian and Samurott, so I think this Corviknight has really nice utility with Dragapult and with Hisuian and Samurott. It's a defogger. It's probably the best defogger in the Paldex. Like, I may prefer Mandibus by just sheer amount of clicking defog, but I think Corviknight's the best Pokemon with defog, so really awesome. It's a slow pivot. It's a third Pokemon in a row that can pivot, which is incredible. But it can also be offensive because it has agility, it has bulk up, it has iron defense, body press. It even learns Hone Claw's power trip if I want to. It's a decent enough weakness policy user, especially with screens from Dragapult, so keep that in mind. Or don't keep it in mind and let me sweep you with it, that would be really nice. And 87 attack, honestly, is nothing to sneeze at. It's not awful. It's stronger than Sceptile, for example, which is really sad. But yeah, Corviknight doesn't really have to explain a lot of what it does. Everyone knows what it does. I'm excited to have it. 3 personal favorites in a row. Gliscor round 4. Yeah, no. Gliscor got taken by Analyis. I went for Arboliva round 4. Kind of reached for it, but you have to keep in mind that this was late round 4. And we have interesting Terra rules. We had a budget of 20 for our Terra captains, and 10 pointers and below could Terra. But we had to draft 3 Terra captains, so you couldn't go 10 points plus 10 points. That was the main idea. So you could go 10 plus 9 plus 1, or like 10 plus 8 plus 2, anything that adds up to 20 or lower with 10 points as a maximum. So I was looking at my team, and I knew what I wanted. I wanted a very offensive Terra captain that could break but also has some defensive utility. And I wanted a very defensive Terra captain that could wall a lot but also has some offensive utility. And like, I basically set my eyes on one Pokemon that I drafted round 5 and on Arboliva. And I looked at Doc's team, who was the only Pokemon who could slide me, and I thought Arboliva fit better on his team. So I went for Arboliva first. I have Terra Poison, Terra Ghost, and Terra Water on it. So Terra Poison and Terra Ghost are there to be really annoying bulky Pokemon, bulky types for example. Like, it's weak to Poison, it's weak to Fighting, it's weak to Bug as a Grass normal type. So Poison just checks all of those. I think even Ghost checks all of those, which is really nice. Fairy would have been really nice on it too, but GWA rules also state that you can't have duplicate Terra types, and I wanted Fairy on my other Pokemon, so that's why I went for Water as my last. Still a really annoying bulky type. Grass Water is decent enough stab as well. Like, look at Waterpon. This is Waterpon Light. Statement of the season, I guess. But yeah. It's a really bulky Pokemon. Look at it, 90 defense, 109 speed def, 78 HP isn't great, but it has Strength Sap, has Leech Seed. I think it has Synthesis as well if I really want to be really annoying. I could run all 3, which could be funny. It has good abilities in Harvest and in Seed Sower, so it sets up its own terrain if it gets hit. It could even set up my other Pokemon with terrain if I really wanted to go like that, but Sneeze already went. So, yeah. Poison and Ghost are really good to check Sneeze in, for example. But I can set up terrain to weaken EQs if I go for Terra Poison, which is really nice. And 125 special attack is incredible. It's its highest stat, so this thing hits hard, especially if you're in like just very bulky nose attack investment. But if you're in Seed Soda and you start spamming Energy Ball and Grassy Terrain with 125 special attack, you will do a lot of damage. Especially because their main grass resists don't really want to switch in on it, because I have Terra Water as well. Like, you're not going to switch in your fire type if I can go with Terra Water and Terra Blast you. Even has Earth Power as well, I guess. So, it's a really good Pokemon. It's a bulky grass type for my Fire, Water, Grass course. So, I have a Water type in Samurott Hisui, I have a Grass type in the Arboliva. And my next Pokemon, the second Terra Captain, is the Arcanine, which is the Fire type to complete my Fire, Water, Grass core. I went for Terra Normal, because Bandit D-Speed is incredible. I went for Terra Fairy, because it's a really good defensive typing on Arcanine. It's so funny how many things Arcanine can check with Terra Fairy and Intimidate, because it still has Morning Sun, so it's really good. And I went for Growl as my last. Didn't really need anything else. I kind of wanted Fire to go for Terra Fire Burn Up, but Burn Up is not in Paldex, it's only a Netdex move, which is sad. I just went for Grass to be something that resists water, something that resists ground, so the main weaknesses for Arcanine get cancelled out by Grass. It's decent enough. It's very offensive, 110 attack, 100 special attack is decent too, but it can also be very bulky, as I mentioned. Intimidate, Will-O-Wisp, Morning Sun, Roar. It's a really good Pokemon. And it's my fourth Pokemon that I have in my top 10 favorite list, so I think it's 8 overall. So I actually have first is regular Samurott, so, but it's all the same Pokemon. So I have first overall, I have 5th in Corviknight, 6th in Dragapult, 8th in Arcanine. So I'm very excited about having a lot of my favorites. If I did have the chance of getting Gliscor from Analyis, I would have drafted all 8 of them. But he didn't want to give it to me. Sad. This Arcanine also has a really good speed to the 95, so I am excited to use it. It won last season with Elliot. So did Corviknight, by the way. So I kind of stole 2 of his best Pokemon. Hopefully they can win the season again with me this time. My 6th Pokemon, I went for Jean-Claude, the Clodsire. This is an OG draft Pokemon for me. I think I drafted this like 3 out of 4 times in my first 4 leagues. Then Gliscor came back in DLC and I never touched Clodsire again. But I'm touching Clodsire now though. Ooh, balls. I'm drafting Clodsire again. Because I needed a grounded poison type. I needed a ground type as well to block Volt Switch and electric types. Plus I needed a lot of hazards. Jean-Claude gives me everything, all in one. Look at its bulk, it's incredible. Sure, 60 defense is ass, but it has Water Absorb as an ability, so it cancels its own weakness, and it has Unaware, which is a great ability too. It has Spikes, even though I'm never clicking that, especially with Hammerrod. It has Stealth Rocks, which I definitely will be clicking. It has T-Spikes, which I also definitely will be clicking. It has Recover, but it's also decent enough, like 75 attack is shit. But it's still Stab Earthquake from 75 attack. It will do a surprising amount of damage if I really want it to be. Like, you will not be able to like substitute on this Clodsire and have it not be broken. If you're in, for example, like, what's like an example? I think Urshifu. I feel like I should break Urshifu's substitute with an Earthquake. I hate that I mentioned this because I know Caleb has an Urshifu and he will definitely be able to EV his stupid Urshifu to live in EQ through substitute. So that's going to be really annoying now I said that, and I'm not re-recording this, so hopefully if Caleb watches this, don't run a stupid substitute Urshifu. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, bulky Pokemon. So Clodsire and Corviknight I like my bulky Pokemon, but Arboliva can fit in there, Arcanine can fit in there too. It's a great Pokemon. I'm excited to have it again. So for my next Pokemon, I went for Azumarill, which is also my a Pokemon that I drafted on my first ever team. In my opinion, this has the best typing in draft. Fairy Water is incredible. So this is the Fairy type I have to complete my Dragonflame Steel Core with my Dragapult and my Corviknight. But I also wanted a second water type because Hisuian Samurott, in my opinion, is not really a water type. Azumarill is, so I have two water types to deal decently fine with fire types and other water types, although neither of them really want to get burned. Still, I want a second water type. Azumarill is really good with that. And it's decently bulky, 100 HP, 80 defense, 80 speed def, great defensive typing. But everyone knows that Azumarill's really usage is with the huge power set. Bandit, huge power, Balidrum, huge power. It's one of those Pokemon that can set up really easily and revenge you. I have been revenged by Azumarill a few times, so hopefully I can do that too. I like them all a lot. I traded with Steve for it, which is really funny, because I know that Steve was looking at Primarina, I think. And then the Primarina got stolen. Then he took Azumarill, which Crep wanted, and I wanted as well. Crep pivoted to Milotic, and I didn't pivot immediately. And then Steve picked up Galarian Weezing immediately after getting Azumarill. So I was like, Steve, since you have a fairy now, do you still want that Azumarill? Can I trade it with you? And he was like, yeah, I might be down to trade if you pick up Manaphy. So I picked up Manaphy, traded it immediately for Azumarill. I'm excited to have it. It's bulky, it's offensive. It's a trend in my team. I think only Clodsire and Corviknight can't really be offensive. But even then, Clodsire probably cannot be, but Corviknight can be offensive. So I have a lot of versatility on my team, which is nice. But they are also not versatile like an Iron Valiant. That it's tough to bring. That's tough to know which set to bring. So this looks like a team that I should be able to enjoy. I'm excited to use Azumarill. For my, I think is this my 7th or 8th? This is my 8th Pokemon. I needed speed, since I have Dragapult, but then it went to Arcanine, I think. Yeah, Samurott as my 3rd, Corviknight, Azumarill, Clodsire, something like that. Arboliva, yeah, something like that. So I definitely needed speed, because Dragapult is really fast, but I don't want to be the team that has Dragapult as speed and then it drops down to like 100. So I needed speed. I was looking at Iron Boulder, but I really couldn't make it work, especially since my next pick has been something that I wanted for since like round 2 to pair with Dragapult. And that was a physical breaker, so I kind of needed some speed that could break on the special side. And I was looking through the dock, and I finally found the Azelf, 125 on both attacks, so it can break on the physical side, but it can break on the special side too. It has a great move pool. Like, usually a psychic type has a better special move pool than it has a physical move pool. But I think this thing gets elemental punches, it gets knockoff, it gets U-turn as well, which is nice. It gets explosion to go boom. I like that too. It's a second stealth rocker, which is nice. So I have Clodsire and Azelf for stealth rocks. I have Samurott and Clodsire for spikes, and I have Clodsire for T-spikes. So I think I have good hazard game, not control, hazard game. It's a levitate Pokemon, so I am not weak to ground, which is also nice. Like, I don't like psychic types, but I feel like I will like Azelf. It's one of those Pokemon that I'm always scared fighting, so it's nice to have. 115 base speed. It's an easy Pokemon to lead off with. Click Focus Sight, for example. Stealth Rock, U-turn, Explosion. Decide to go from there. It's one of those Pokemon, but it can also easily run Nasty Plot. It can easily run Mystical Power, Sweep like that. And 75, 70, 70. It's not great, but it's also not completely unworkable. So I'm excited to have it. Especially because it enabled me to get my next Pokemon, the Galarian Zapdos. I mean, every Dragon Ball team needs a really good fighting type in my opinion. I wanted a Shifu Water, but Caleb took that round 1, so I didn't even have the chance to take it round 2. And then I was like, yeah, I would really like Galarian Zapdos. I used it before. I love the Pokemon a lot. 125 attack, 100 speed, 90 on its bulk. This Pokemon is stupid. It does only one thing, it clicks Brave Bird and clicks Close Combat. But what else do you need though? What else do you need? It has knockoff too, I guess, for like a Golden, or for example, Walls Close Combat and Brave Bird. So you can knock that thing off. It has U-turn to get out of bad matchups. It has Thunderous Kick, which is a stupid move if I don't want to run Close Combat. To just spam Thunderous Kick and weaken my opponents like that. I think this is a really good Pokemon to switch in on knockoffs as well. It has Defiant, which is great, so it kind of functions as a defog blocker, quote unquote. Like, it definitely functions as a defog. It scares away defoggers, which is really nice. And like I mentioned, deceptively bulky. Impossible to switch on. Or immovable to switch in on. Like I seem to have typed. Great job, Dries. Yeah, this was the Pokemon I wanted with Dragon Bolt, hence why I went for Azelf. So I have a lot of offense. Like if we go back all the way, I have offense with Dragon Bolt, offense with Shisui and Samurott, bulk with also offense, bulk, offense. Like I have a lot of offense. So I also don't have a lot of points, as you can see. 118 out of 120. And this is my 9th Pokemon. GWA requires us to have 11 Pokemon. So yeah, I needed 2 1-pointers. That being said, I did the tiering myself and I put a lot of decent Pokemon in 1 points. So I was not too upset to get 2 of them. For my second to last Pokemon and my first 1-pointer, I drafted the GOAT Gong. It's decently bulky. 90 HP, 8 defense, 95 speed F. It's not great. It's not bad though. It has Flip Turn and has Encore, so it's really annoying if I want it to be annoying. It has Freeze Drive, which in my opinion is the worst move to switch in on in the entire game. Like Iron Bundle and Kyurem, I hate both of you if I have to play you, so Dugong is really good against Iron Bundle, which is very funny. It's not a fraud, so everything that tiered with me and MMC for NetX, we all put, they all wanted to put Dugong in 1 point. I only did 2 points. When you put it in 1 point, it's like the boss of 1 point. And every time we came across a proof, let's say for example a Volbeat. I was like, yeah, Volbeat is a 1-pointer. And they were like, nah, it's better than Dugong, put it in 2. I hated every second of it. I don't even know why I'm not really that personally attached to a Dugong. I think it's a cool Pokemon. That's all there is to it. I don't even love it that much. But every time they were like, yeah, this Pokemon is better than Dugong, something in me broke. So I am determined to prove everyone wrong. I let Dugong shine and carry Dugong to a championship. Even if it only comes once. Even if it only comes twice. It's definitely coming. I bring every Pokemon on my team. So this Dugong is going for the championship. And I hope it's with me. I'm not dropping it. So Dugong, it's your time to shine. Excited for it. It's not by a third Terra Captain though. Like, in my opinion, this is a good Terra Captain. Because Terra Water is good in it to get rid of its ice typing. Terra Fairy is really good in it too. Because it still has Stick Fat. So the Terra Fairy kind of was a Kyurem. Terra Steel would be decent, I guess. But I couldn't use Terra Water because I have that on Arboliva. Couldn't use Terra Fairy because I have that on Arcanine. So I just decided I would use my Terra Captain, my last Terra Captain on my last 1-pointer and my second 1-pointer. So, for my last 1-pointer, I went for a World Champion. The World Champion, to be precise. Pachirisu. This thing has awful stats. 60 HP, no offense to be seen, 70 defense, but 90 speed and 95 speed. Those are the stats that I'm looking at. And with Terra Steel, Terra Flying, and Terra Dragon, I do see some niche. Like, this thing has Volt Absorb, so it's immune to electric moves. With Terra Steel, I can see myself using that with Volt Absorb to wall some annoying steel, electric types. For example, Zapdos comes to mind. Terra Flying is also good with Volt Absorb, because it gets rid of the electric weakness, so it's only weak to rock and ice, which I'm always weak to, but they are not real types anyway. I have Dugong to switch on ice moves, so I only am weak to rock, which Dugong is also weak to. I'll be fine. I have Jean-Claude to switch in with rock types. And Pachirisu has Terra Steel, so what are we worried about? And then I have Terra Dragon, mainly because I thought it was really funny to imagine Pachirisu as a dragon. Like, he has a dream. He dreams he can fly and become a dragon. I think you should support those dreams. Who doesn't want to fly? Who doesn't want to become a dragon? So, it has great utility. It has Encore. It has Nuzzle. It has Super Fang. It has Volt Switch. It has U-turn. Yes, that's all the utility it has. I mean, it's really utility. And it's a world champion. So, why are people doubting my Pachirisu? I am not. I'm excited for it. So, this is the team that I have. This is the stat spread that I have. So, I am weak to electric. What's new? The spreadsheet says that I'm weak to ice, but that's a lie, because if you look at it, Dragapult is weak to ice, but Samurott resisted. Arboliva is weak to ice, but Darkrai resisted. Clodsire is weak to ice, and Galarian Zapdos are weak to ice, but Azumarill resisted and Dugong resisted. So this should be a grey box. And especially because Dugong doesn't even quad resist it 8 times resisted, it should even be a green box. So I don't know why the spreadsheet is wrong. I don't understand it. It definitely shouldn't be red. I am weak to rock, but like, what's new under the sun? I don't really care. And I have every typing except for bug and rock, which both aren't real typings anyway. So I'm quite happy with what I have. I have 2 rockers in Azov and Clodsire. I have 2 spikers in Hammerlot and in Clodsire. I have a T-Spiker in Clodsire. Sadly, Corviknight is my only removal, but it's still a Corviknight. And I have a lot of taunt users, as you can see. A few of those who are decently fast. And my team does well with heavy duty boots, so I don't think I'm that weak to hazards. Especially because I have a lot of hazards myself. And Rapid Spin isn't that widely distributed in my opinion. I have a Dragapult as a Ghost Type, I have a Terra Ghost Star Believer. I can spin block, so people may be required to click Defog against my team to get rid of my hazards. And if they want to be doing that, they also get rid of their own hazards. And I have a Gyarados, so I think I should be fine hazard stacking wise. I have so much momentum. I have Volt Switch on Pachirisu, I have U-Turn on 5 Pokemon, but it doesn't even count for the Flip Turn on Hisuian Samurott and Dugong. So I think the only Pokemon that can pivot on my team are Azu, Clodsire, and my 2 Terra Captains. But that's fine. Azu is a sweeper, Clodsire is a wall, and my Terra Captains probably want to stay in as well. I have a lot of knockoff, and my speed tiers are decent too. Sure, only Dragapult to be higher than 115 isn't great, but it's still a Dragapult though. Like, it's still really fast. I wish I had a little bit more of base 100 plus Pokemon, but 95 and Arcanine with E speed. I have Samurott with Sucker Punch and base 85 speed. Good Scarfer too. Azumarill has Aqua Jet. Like, I have a lot of priority. I think I should be fine. In my opinion, I have a really good team. It looks a bit weird if I look at all my 11 Pokemon together. Like, I don't know why they look weird, but they look weird. That being said, I have literally everything I wanted. Sure, Glasgow would have been nice, but like, we were not getting Glasgow round 4. Everyone knew that. So I didn't get sniped a single time. I got everything I wanted by round 9, so Pachirisu and Dugong are just extra, and I do see usage for both of them. I'm excited to have my team. I'm excited for GWA. We have 16 coaches instead of 14. So if we do PRs, we are definitely going to break the 7-hour record, sadly enough. Or luckily enough, depends on how you want me to waffle. But yeah, this is going to be the biggest GWA season yet. I hope the best as well. And I hope it's also the best that I perform in. Because I have lost semi-finals way too many times. And I have lost finals the last time. And I'm so done losing finals. I want to win. It's been too long. But yeah. Thank you all for watching, people. GWA Season 8. One last dance for one last chance. I will see you next week for week 1. Peace.